on one then.
Okay. So you want to know how to fix upper back pain. Well, today I'm going to take you out on the gym floor and I'm going to demonstrate a really great routine that you can do to stretch your upper back in under 5 minutes. All that and more coming up right after this. We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image. Okay, in case we haven't met, my name is Yanni Baumeister and I am one of the co-founders of Unity Gym right here in Sydney, Australia, and also the UMS system or program, formerly known as the Foundation Movement System or FMS. This is where we teach people how to nourish and move instead of diet and exercise. Today is going to be awesome because I've just finished Friday's deadlift session, so I'm actually pretty tight in my upper back, and I'm going to enjoy taking you through this routine. The thing with upper back stretching is that it's quite difficult to hit the areas, and if you don't understand how the muscle systems sort of operate and work and are constructed, then it's very, very hard to get a really, really effective stretch in the upper back. It's an area of the body that can hold a lot of tension. You've got your dorsal scapular nerves around that area, sort of just above at the top corners of your shoulder blades. And it can become an area that's really prone to knotting and tension, can create tension headaches and all sorts of stuff. So today we're going to go through a couple of stretches that will help release that area. We're going to look for balance. So we're going to release the pecs, we're going to release the lats, and then we're going to release the rhomboids and traps. And we're going to do that through a variety of different methods. We're going to use some stretching techniques. We're going to use some trigger point therapy. We're going to use some mobility drills. And we're going to just see how we can go with it all. We're going to try and minimize the amount of equipment, but this is the best way to do it, not the easiest way to do it. So I want to give you guys the absolute ultimate bang for your buck 5-minute routine that's going to deliver the best results. So if Richie's ready, we'll dive out onto the gym floor. Let's go for it. I got man down today. Rad is at the moment watching YouTube videos or Facebook videos. But he's about to jump on a call to the USA and he couldn't be a part of the video today. But first of all, what we're going to do, as I said, we're going to start by releasing the opposing muscles because we want to train for symmetry, and I'm looking for a nice thick band. This one will suffice. It's probably not the thickest band, but it will help me out. So the first two stretches I'm going to do are pecs and lats. I got a rig here. You could do this in a doorway. We're doing some renovations over here, so I prefer not to show this area of the gym, but this will work. To release your pecs like this, nice and easy. Remember, we want something nice and fast that we're going to get a good bang for your back for. So a little bit of pec minor release, and then we'll go up here into a big pec major release. This is a nice stretch, just allowing the body to sort of sit down into that position there. Okay, the other really great way that we can do the pecs, which I didn't really want to demonstrate because just the mic, I'm lying on the floor here, but this is probably the more effective way, and we do one side at a time. So first of all, my arm is up nice and high, palm flat, and I'm rotating away from the body and also pulling my body that way. We hold that for about 15 seconds and release. And then I'll come down into a bent arm position and I'll rotate this way and get a little bit deeper into the pec minor, which is really important. And then repeat on the other side. So palm down, we rotate away, Nice and easy. Now I know you're probably sitting here going, hey man, I clicked on this video to watch an upper back routine, but the thing is guys, we need, a lot of the time when you're experiencing pain in the upper back, it's caused by tightness in the front of the shoulders. And this is really important to understand. If you've got a structural imbalance there, then you have to hit it from all angles. But we won't spend too much time on there. The next one we're going to quickly release, which is the antagonist of the upper back, is the lat muscle. We want to basically get into a nice deep stretch here where I'm sort of leaning on the band. I'm letting the band pull me to the side, and I'm just going to rotate. Now notice what I'm doing with my hand here. I'm rotating my grip to find the areas of the lat that are the tightest for me, and you want to make sure that you get a really good amount of tension on that band. So I'm just working through different angles with my hand there to find the part of the lat that's the tightest. Now I can actually also feel a little bit of the infraspinatus and teres minor stretching in there. It's really, really nice. The other way we can do that one is hanging, which I showed yesterday, but it's a little bit more aggressive. I'll demonstrate for the other side though, for those of you who have access to these bars. We demonstrated this in a video yesterday, and this is going to hit that lat and shoulder a little bit differently, but it'll still get the position. Now you may experience the stretch slightly differently to me based on the mechanics of your body. So you have to sort of find it, and you're looking for that stretch through the lat there, up through here. Okay, so we've released the big pec and lat muscles that are going to internally rotate the shoulders, pull the shoulders forward to put that pressure on the upper back. So now we're going for the upper back stretch. So what I'm going to do here, first of all, we'll do the floor one first. So the first thing we're going to do is get the rear delts and a little bit of the rhomboids, and we're going to do this by reaching as far across as we can and then leaning down onto it and looking the other way. So I'm now getting that nice stretch through the upper body. I can change my hand position, nice and easy there, rotating through, getting that upper back, getting the rear of the shoulder. Okay, again, I'm going to reach as far as I can through, then I'm going to drop down into that stretch. The gaze is just straight forward. Nice and easy, and I can obviously change the hand position. That's going to change the stretch up a little bit. Bring it down into there a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to try and hit so that was more of the back of the shoulder. Now I'm going to go for the muscles right through the middle of the back, which are the rhomboids. And I'm just going to remove this here. You're going to need something secure to hold onto for this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross my grip over. I'm going to get down at waist height on the bar. And now, if you look, pay attention to the top of my back, my spine. I'm going to roll up and really hold the hands tight there. And it's the nature of my rolling up that's getting that stretch really nicely. So we're going to roll up here, and this is going to go into the next exercise that we do, which is going to help you out. So this is the stretch, holding, 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 nice and tight. Holding, 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 15 seconds, relax. Okay, relax the arms. We'll go again. Up, squeeze, tight. Really nice. That's helping to separate my shoulders. Okay, the last two are the mobility drills, and we are going to need a little bit of equipment here. We're going to need a foam roller. You can use a long one or a short one. And we're going to need a little bit of a weight. I'll use a dumbbell. It's going to be easier to demonstrate. So I'm going to use a 12.5 kilo dumbbell. The weight is arbitrary. It's what works for you. But what we're going to do here is the top of a Jefferson curl. So from the head forward here, we're going to roll, tuck the chin in, We're going to roll down to here. We're not worried about going into a deficit today because the idea of the stretch is for the upper back. So again, from here, I'm trying to roll my vertebra one at a time, letting that stretch out and open up. Breathing nice and deep as I come up. We can do 5 of these, really letting the shoulders protract. That means that the shoulders slouch forward into bad posture. Rolling forward. And you do that 5 times. I've lost count, but I think that's 4 or 5. We'll do one more for good measure. And I'm really trying to integrate spinal movement here on a segmentational level. So that means the vertebra are unraveling one at a time. I'm not moving in chunks. I'm not sort of dropping forward in a chunk like that. It's like a roll. Imagine that you're trying to make your body look like a question mark each time, okay? Now we're going to do the opposing of that, which is the extension movement. So we're going to get down on the foam roller here, and we are going to, let's see if I can find, can you see what's going on here? Yeah, with my hoodie on. Okay, so extension, I'm not supporting my head, okay? I like to get the sternocleidomastoids, those are the muscles in the front of the neck. They're part of the flexor chain, so they should get strong, you know? So I don't like supporting the head, but I want to just get some weight from my arms. And then we close off, we crunch the body up, and then we open up and exhale. And then as we come through, we inhale as we go over, exhale as we come up. Inhale, big, deep, diaphragmatic breath. Exhale as we come back. Inhale, big, deep, diaphragmatic breath, and back. Beautiful. And that is our upper body stretch. Now, I looked at the time there, that was roughly 5 minutes. I did a couple of examples of the chest. I know a lot of people that get pain through this area will maybe not want to lie on the floor to stretch the chest out, although that's the better way to do it. You may feel more comfortable doing it in a doorway like I did over there. But the last thing I'd like to demonstrate is that you can massage the dorsal scapular nerves. You need to be careful. You don't want to like really drill into them. Although it might feel satisfying, you can cause yourself problems. This is called a Theragun. You can pick these up on Amazon, and that you can just really nicely get into those traps and rhomboids there. Okay. Now the other obvious way that we release the trap, we can release the upper trap by just doing a stretch, and it's actually best done seated because you need to anchor your arm here. And once you've anchored your arm so the shoulder's actually pulling downward, then we can really stretch that upper trap. And then we can also, while we tilt that neck forward and then look under the armpit, we can release the levator scapular muscle, which is actually a muscle, very small strip of muscle that originates from the top of the scapula and inserts up into the top of the neck. And it's a muscle that's very commonly stressed and strained, and that's when you get that real pain when you turn your head to the side. Now, this is not a how to release your neck video. If you'd like to see that, I'll do a whole neck routine. This is more about the upper back, but it is nice to get those traps because the traps, you know, they're a big diamond muscle that pretty much cover the entire upper back. And I was more focusing on the trap 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fibers when we do that diamond stretch on the bar there. But the other way we do the traps is with a massage ball, and you literally just place it on the trap there, and then it's like massaging through the trap like that. Just let the arm drop down and just go up and down over the upper trap like that. And that's a really nice way to release it. And then the other really good one to do is for the mid traps and the rhomboids. You won't be able to see me doing this, but what I'm doing is I'm placing the ball on the mid trap and rhomboid. I'm reaching across my body to put that into a stretch, and then I'm massaging over those tendons nicely in line with the way that the muscle fibers actually sort of move and are positioned on your back. So that's a really nice one to do as a release. These take a little bit of practice. You'll get used to it though, and you'll be able to position those balls in the most ideal place. Just always remember, when you're massaging the rhomboids in that upper back position, you are playing with an area of the body where there is quite a complex nerve system. The dorsal scapular nerve in there, when you hit it, it'll feel good initially, but if you really jam it and get into it and make it angry, it could end up making your problem or issue or where you're compromised feel worse. So let's take it in. Let's bring this in for a landing. All right. So the key element that I want you guys to understand here, the most important thing is be gentle around that dorsal scapular nerve. Make sure that you're hitting the fibers through the upper back by separating the shoulder blades, separating the scapula, but also hit the front and the opposing muscles as well. Hit the pecs, hit the lats, because you want to create that balance. And often, remember, the symptom of pain isn't necessarily what's causing the discomfort or pain. It can be a structural imbalance where the front of the body is tight and the back of the body is weak, and that's causing you discomfort when you exercise. Those weak muscles go into spasm really easily. So you may need to strengthen them, and for that sort of work we need to do scapular retraction work, elevation depression work, and then progress on to heavier lifting. That's it for today's show, guys, and that is it for this week. This is a weekly wrap, so we are going into the weekend here in Sydney, Australia. We will see you guys on Monday again, and I hope you all and wish you all a really great weekend. Take care. Health is about performance, not just body image.
You better be willing to accept what you're going to have to do to get there.
We'll start focusing on movement goals, strength goals, flexibility goals.
When you nail that skill, it's there forever.
The body image goal doesn't get you that
It's
far.
the consistency and frequency that's going to get you there. It's not the intensity.
There's no shortcuts to mastery and movement. Destination doesn't change overnight, but your direction will.
The gym is not the place to beat up the body that you hate. It's the place to build the body that you love.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.